How to cook ramen noodles. Ramen is an easy, quick cooking meal perfect for those on the go or college students who are busy studying. While it is affordable, it is not very nutritious, and some people may find it tasteless, while others find the noodles too mushy. Fortunately, there are several tricks you can do to ensure that the noodles come out perfect. You can also add lots of other flavors and toppings, besides the flavoring packet that's included. With a little bit of creativity, you can have a tastier and more nutritious meal in no time. Cooking ramen noodles. Bring the water to a boil. Pour 2½ cups 590 milliliters of water into a saucepan. Place the saucepan on the stove and bring the water to a boil over high heat. Stir in the soup base. Tear open the seasoning packet that came with your ramen. Pour the contents into the boiling water and give it a stir. Allow the broth to cook for 1 minute. This ensures that the powder dissolves completely and that the water is hot enough for the next step. Add in the noodles. Gently press down on the noodles with a chopstick or a wooden spoon so that they sink into the water. You may have to hold them down for a little bit. Do not break the noodles in half or stir them. They will separate on their own. You can also cook the noodles separately in a pot of boiling water. You can also cook the noodles separately in a pot of boiling water. Cook the noodles for about 2 minutes. Once they start to break apart, pull them out of the broth using a pair of chopsticks or tongs. You can also pour the broth into a serving bowl through a strainer. Fan the noodles. This will help stop the cooking process and prevent them from turning limp and soggy. You can use a handheld fan, a little electric fan, or even a stiff piece of paper or a folder. Another alternative would be to rinse the noodles under cold water. Another alternative would be to rinse the noodles under cold water. Add the noodles back to the broth. At this point, you can add some tasty toppings, such as an egg, meat, or vegetables. Some toppings should be added at the last minute, after you've already poured the ramen into a serving bowl. Some toppings should be added at the last minute, after you've already poured the ramen into a serving bowl. Serve the ramen. Pour the ramen into a large, deep bowl. If you added a poached or fried egg into the pot, consider scooping it out with a soup ladle, then placing it back on top of the ramen, after it's already in the bowl. At this point, you can also add other toppings, such as cooked meat.